All right, so today in the first 4 minutes of this video, I'm going to show you guys my SPY trade that I took. I actually took a loss around 40%, uh, but that's fine. I just decided to take that given the market conditions. But the actual structure of this video will go as follows. So the first 4 minutes, give or take, I will be doing the trade recap, and then towards like the last 10 minutes of the video, I'll actually get into my weekly watch list. So it is Tuesday, July 21st, so we are almost done with around halfway through the week, or we are halfway through the week. So I'm going to give you guys some stocks that could potentially explode or just break out and push really well over the next couple of days. But let's actually get into it. So the trade I took today was on SPY. Something to note first is actually looking at the larger time frames, right? So this might be confusing. Let me actually hide some of the drawings. So you can see here that we actually have SPY that's been, in a sense, making higher highs and higher lows off this right here, off of these, just following the trend, and we are getting tight, consolidating in this little pattern. So that's something to keep in mind when you're trying to trade, especially with like day trade SPY, but also like day trade these other stocks, or like swing trade these other stocks. So what I actually saw on SPY was that we opened, gapped up, and we tried pushing here, right? We were pushing on this 20 EMA as well as this 10 EMA. So as you can see here, if we were to mark out some sort of a little circle to kind of identify this is where the 20 EMA was, right? And so we were pushing off that. You can see right here, this is the 5-minute time frame on the right panel, and you can see we off market open, we just rejected that, and we made a little move down, right? So that was giving me some sort of bias, you could say, basically saying, okay, we look a bit bearish. And since we did tap this EMA, and the past times that we have been tapping the EMA, we have just been straight up rejecting it. The idea was for puts to play, and so all I did was zoom into like the 3-minute to look for an entry, and I actually got an entry off this 3-minute fair value gap. For those that don't know, fair value gaps, all they are just volume displacement. So here in this case, it's bearish, meaning to the downside. So it just means there's more sellers than buyers in this given time frame. And when it's to the upside, so like right here, it's a bullish one, so there's more buyers than sellers. So in this case, I was waiting for us to retest this and make a move lower, right? The idea was to target around these EMAs right here, the 20 and the 50 EMA on the 3-minute time frame. And like obviously ultimate TP would be around the gap fill at 742-ish. However, you can see we just rejected, and we ended up chopping around for a bit until we actually broke to the upside. You can see here we actually broke. But the trade itself, I could have been a bit more patient and noticed, for one, we were riding off this 3-minute or 3-minute 10 EMA. So EMAs, all they do is just kind of indicate the trend in which we are in. So here I could have just been patient and noticed that we were riding off of it, meaning, okay, we aren't necessarily bearish just yet until we break below it. And it was just an unfortunate loss, I should say. But nothing to be done. As long as you manage your risk appropriately, it's fine. I risked profits from yesterday, so I ended up losing around half of my profits from yesterday, and that's about it. But the idea was to stop out as we got above this fair value gap. However, it just ended up, since there's 0 DTEs, they ended up moving quicker, and so I ended up selling at like 40% loss. So that was that. Now, and like for an outlook on SPY, I do think since we are getting above the 10 and the 20 EMA on the daily time frame, I do think we could see some sort of a breakout if we can get a push above previous day high. So if we can get a push above today's high of day that we made around 749.04, I do think we can finally see all-time highs, but on the way see these levels right here at 755.58, then at 756.68, and then ultimately 760, and hopefully create new all-time highs, right? Which is really good for stocks that are looking to break out. Hence why I am going to be looking at breakouts for the rest of the week. But let's actually get into the stocks that I'm looking at. So off the bat, let me just note that in the Discord, I have been saying that ASTS and Rocket Lab as well as Qualcomm have been buys. So for those of you that aren't familiar with the Discord just yet, here's the Discord. I post weekly watch lists for free at times, as well as I post my trade recaps. So you can see here we have the trade recaps, like the trade journals, and I just go over my thoughts on what I was thinking about the trade with some actual charts. This is completely free. And then in the actual inner circle, I give my actual alerts, my watch list. Here I legit told everyone that, okay, I like everyone in the inner circle that it's a good spot to add to Rocket Lab, ASTS, and Qualcomm. And little did you know, or little did I know, Rocket Lab would be coming out with a deal, I believe, on like contracts and whatnot. I forgot for how much, but let's see. I think I could find it here. Yeah, they came out with this right here, 266 million in U.S. Air Force contract. So this just solidifies and gives Rocket Lab some more revenue, right? So I didn't have any cash, but ended up it's up around 6%, 5 or 6% after hours. But yeah, I do go over my some like trade alerts. Last trade I alerted, we hit over 100%. This past trade that I just showed you, I did not alert. I just took it on my own because I wasn't really confident. So I only alert high confidence setups, and so that's just something to keep in mind. But okay, let's actually get into the actual watch list, right? So ASTS, it's really far from its all-time highs. It's about 100% move from here. Rocket Lab as well. It's a really good one from here. I was looking at leaps today, but as you can see, we're already up over after hours. But yeah, it's around 116% from here, 117%. So it's still a lot of room to grow, to push and move up. But Rocket Lab was actually one of the ones I was looking at for a actual swing trade. You can see here we have this support right here on the weekly. We have some sort of support right here that we've been coming in, bouncing, coming in, holding, as well as this 50 weekly EMA. So if we look at the monthly, we are just at the 20 monthly, the 20 EMA on the monthly time frame. Sorry. So yeah, if we can get a push above previous day high, so above today's high around 69.74, which we are gapping up already, we could see some either calls or just some long dated leaps on these. But ultimately, I'd probably just play it safe with shares at the moment, just because we are gapping up and we could see a rejection off this 10 EMA. So I would like to see us consolidate a little bit more, given that we are gapping up. So that one's kind of out the picture for now. We have now has been, in a sense, just consolidating down here. Right now, it's looking to get above this, the 10, 20, and 50 daily EMAs. So if we could get a push above previous day high at 104.58, you could definitely see us targeting back above 110s. And this is a long-term hold as well. Just for those that don't know, I am holding this long-term. Lemonade, we have this as well. We have somewhat of a wedge, and we are getting above this 10 and the 20 EMA on the daily time frame again. So I would like to see us push above previous day high around 69.17, and above this would be good for calls, targeting 81.23, but trimming along the way, of course. We also have AAOI, so it's an Applied Optoelectronics. They are crucial in the AI trade and all that. So here we have some sort of a wedge. I would honestly like to wait for us to consolidate a little bit more, maybe get above the 20 EMA, ideally the 50, but that might you might be too late already by then. So you could honestly have some shares. You could have added some shares here at the 200 daily EMA, but I did not, just because I didn't have any capital. But this looks primed, as it looked just like Cypher, which I was looking at for a breakout today. and it looks exactly the same. It was below the 20 and the 50 as well, getting above the 10, and you can see it pumped around 20% today. So similar idea on Applied Optoelectronics, AAOI. So something to watch above 120.20, which is previous day high or today's high. And then we have Reddit. Reddit is actually a little bit better than AOI. If we can get above this previous day high and we can hold above this 10 and the 20 EMA on the daily, then this will look primed for targeting back above 205 and ultimately this gap at 212, 213. So the level would be looking to break above 186.99. And then we have Nebius as well, looking really good. Today had a really strong push. It's up around 20%, including the after hours or the overnight. So if we can get a push above today's high, so 217.62, since we are closing above the 10, 20, and 50 EMAs, could easily see us push back above, back to all-time highs at 300 plus. But at the moment, you might just want to wait. It is up 20%. You know, this name does tend to move strongly, so I wouldn't be surprised if we move up another 10, 20% tomorrow. But you might just want to wait for us to consolidate a little bit more. We have HUT. HUT looks good above today's high of day at 110.47. It is get flagging above the 10, 20, and 50 EMA as well, so it looks really nice. You can see here. We have Keel as well. Keel looks good. You can see this flagging right here. It never has to be perfect. Keep in mind, it can always be rough. Sorry, I stuttered there. So it can always be rough. It doesn't necessarily have to be a perfect wedge. You could have marked it down here too. Ultimately, it's just okay. That was weird. My recording stopped, but we were, I believe, at HUT or Keel either. Yeah, we were at Keel. So a break above previous day high as we get above these EMAs on the daily time frame, the 20 and the 50 would look really nice, targeting these levels right here I have on the screen. And then we also have SEZL, so Sezzle. This one looks really nice as well. A break above previous day high, we could target all-time highs again. Dell, I would like to take it, but we have been consistently just chopping and breaking out, but then not really seeing much of a follow through, especially with the market conditions. So, you know, might just want to have this on a watch list, but not really look to take a trade unless you're day trading it, which in that case, you know, kind of keep in mind if you try to day trade it tomorrow that it's already up 5% or 4.5%. But now going over some more stocks that are almost ready, but not necessarily. So we'll go through a rapid fire style. So we have VRT, a break, as we get above the 20 and the 50 daily EMAs, would look really nice. CRDO, similar, as we just have to get above the 20 and the 10 EMAs. Net looks nice. Actually, a break above previous day high would look really good. So honestly, I could probably bring this up here as it's ready. D-Dog's looking okay. Honestly, I probably wouldn't watch this too closely until we get a break above these highs right here. Okta looks good. It looked good off this undercut, and as well as we bounce off this 20 EMA, but not necessarily something I think is ready. Oscar though, on the other hand, looks really strong. I could see us breaking above previous day high at 30.92 and then seeing some follow through. PLTR, we just have to get above this base, this resistance right here at like 139. So just probably keep that on the watch list. Qualcomm is something I'm extremely bullish. I will be making a Instagram video coming out explaining kind of why I think that their business is actually going to ramp up, and I do see them as like a viable data center play on top of like all their old like 6G and basically them pivoting from like an AI chip, like a phone company. And then we have Simo. Simo looks like it could use some more time getting above these EMAs. And then these definitely, actually Cores looks primed. Actually, I should watch this closer. We are looking really good here. Having this some sort of like a wedge right here. We have Wolf. Wolf needs some more time. A Lab needs more time. CRWD just looks weak. Bloom Energy, this is a viable stock pick for the long term. It's a energy play, and you can see we are. Let's see on the monthly. I believe on the monthly we tapped. Yeah, we tapped the 10 EMA on the monthly time frame. So, you know, that just means we finally got somewhat of a decent pullback, and you can see the names run already the past few months, a couple years even. But yeah, if we get above these highs, we could honestly see some sort of a recovery, a breakout to all-time highs. But a good add on long term would have been somewhere down here. Seeing that the monthly was right there around 200. So yeah, that's it for the trade recap. Well, we have Frog, but I don't think Frog. Yeah, Frog's nothing nothing too exciting, except except right here. But that's basically where I'll close out the video. If you guys have any questions and you're in the Discord, just DM me, or just comment down below in the YouTube video. But yeah, make sure you guys follow for more content, educational content. Actually, I will be uploading more consistently, some more trade recaps, as well as some weekly watch lists and any other stuff regarding stocks. But yeah, take care.